Good morning, everybody. Coming to you from Windmill Beach. Looper has got a very important object on his leg.
You want to have a knife with you, just in case?
Yeah, yank it out. Let's see. There we go.
Don't want to get caught in the kelp.
Yeah, because we are currently at Windmill Beach, which is one of my favorite. There it is. Coach Cole is just assessing the rock situation. We have just been communing with the kelp, and I think this is one of my favorite places in the world because you can just get some solid free diving in and then hide out under a tree, and we can see got the full camp set up right now. We're good to go. Everything's kind of hanging and drying and ready to roll. And yeah, I think the theme of this morning has been, as Beyonce said in her wonderful track with her husband, pay me in equity. And that really has been the theme of this morning's discussions. Don't pay me money, pay me equity. And I think the reason I get so animated about that is because most people are trying to get rich by making money, and rich people are just earning equity all day and they don't make any money, and it takes quite a while for people to understand the difference. There are all these terms like passive income and side gig and side hustle, but those are still how you get wrecked because you get taxed on them into oblivion. Whereas when you earn equity, it grows year to year. So if you have shares in a company, or you earned options in a startup, or you've bought a house, the gains year to year are not taxed because they're not liquid, and you only tax them when you sell. And most people experience equity in their 60s, and I want people to experience equity in their 20s. And most people never get access to exponential equity. They get access to, average equity or below average equity. Now, if you're buying stocks in the public market, you are basically the exit liquidity for people like me, who are funding startups way before they're going public. So if you buy shares in Stripe, you are paying me. That's when I convert my equity to your money. I take your money with my equity. It's not the other way around, and I'll pay taxes then, but I've not paid taxes on my Stripe position for years because it's not been liquid for years. And I don't think people understand that. Like, there's this flow from time to money to debt to equity. And people go through life and they learn about time in their teenage years. They learn about money kind of in their 20s. They take on some debt in their 30s. And then in their 40s and 50s, they start to grow equity. But by the time you're in your 60s, it's kind of all over. And so I'm going to be making an animation and a sketch about this framework I have for how you can exchange time for money, or time for debt, or time for equity, or debt for equity, or money for equity. And you can exchange equity for all three. And the way that flows is liquidity. Liquidity is generated by, markets. And I think that a lot of people intuitively have experienced money, time, and debt. Very, very, very few people have experienced equity. And truly great equity, exponential equity, hyper-growth equity. So yeah, that's my thought for the day. And that's going to be the kind of theme of some of the content I'll be making over the next few weeks. Hopefully it's enjoyable, and I'll leave it here.